Hello and welcome to your pranayama practice today. So today we're going to be using Kapatabali breath, which is actually a purification rather than a pranayama, or sometimes called shatakriya. So we're going to start with that, and then we're going to move into ujjayi breath with retentions and also some imagery. And so this is a great way to start any physical practice. It's also a really good way to wind down at the end of your day. So whether you're starting your day with pranayama the first thing in the morning, or winding down at night, or right before you do your asana practice, it is a great combination to work with together. So the Kapatabali is that pumping action of the belly. The low belly, that space below your belly button. So you can actually place your hands there. And we're going to do three rounds. And I'm going to walk you through. We'll start out slower and we'll build up speed a little bit. And then we'll move into ujjayi breath and breath retentions. We're also going to do breath retention at the end of our Kapatabali as well. And I'm going to give you options with what to do with your hands. And you're fine to just keep your hands either on your knees or on your belly so that you can feel the physical sensation of using those low abdominal muscles to force the breath out by drawing them in to force the air out. So let's go ahead and get started. The first round, we're going to start with hands on your belly. So taking a nice deep inhale, feel your hands expand. And then slow exhale, feel your belly contract as you exhale. And then we'll take one more inhale and begin. And we're doing this out your nose. And then go ahead and let all the air out. Take a deep inhale. And we pause at the top of the inhale. So holding that inhale gently without forcing, without discomfort. And just feeling that gathering, of energy in the heart center. And then slowly exhale everything out. So we're going to do another round. So just sit for a moment, just with your normal belly breath. Just releasing that first round. And then we're going to do a count of 30. And so your count in your own head, whether you're doing a nice slow rhythm or you speed it up, we're going to go for 30 with retention at the top of the inhale. Now you have the option to move your arms, and you also have the option to keep your hands on your thighs or at your belly, especially if you're just learning this breath or struggle with this breath. So let's go ahead and inhale. If you're using your arms, reach up, bring your thumbs to touch, and bring your hands into fist with your thumbs extended. And exhale, hands parallel to the floor, and then we begin our Kapatabali. And nice big inhale, and we pause at the top of our inhale. So even though the Kapatabali is a purification rather than a pranayama, the breath retention or kumbhaka is pranayama. So we're just holding that prana in the heart center without strain. And then exhale, release the arms down to your thighs. Take a few breaths of normal breath. We're going to do one more round. And so this is getting rid of all the stale, both through our breath and through our lungs, but also energetically releasing. And the breath retention, kumbhaka, is helping us to gather prana, or life force. So let's get ready for our next round. Again, same options for your hands. Hands can be at the belly, thighs, or inhale, reach up, bring your thumbs together. You can even look up. And then exhale, hands parallel, arms parallel to the floor with your thumbs pointing up, and begin on your own pace and do a count of 30 once again, whatever your pace is. And inhale, thumbs touch, either keeping arms here, releasing down as you hold. Retain the inhale, building prana in the heart center. Relaxing the muscles in the neck and the shoulders so that you're not straining, and your chin just slightly lowered, skull, back of the skull drawn back. And then go ahead, slowly exhale through your nose, bring your hands down. And again, take a few rounds of normal belly breath here, just tuning into your breath. So Kapatabali is always a great practice before you begin an asana practice, just so that you can release the old and get ready for drawing in new prana throughout your whole asana practice and bring in new energy. So now as you sit with your belly breath, we're going to begin to connect with ujjayi breath. And if you remember, that is that creating that retention, or a restriction, I should say, at the base of the throat. So then rather than drawing air through the whole room of the nasal cavity, we're drawing the breath along the floor of the nasal cavity and creating that ocean sound of the breath. So we're going to just start with a count of 4. If count of 6 works better for you, that's fine. You can use that count. But we're going to start with just an inhale for 4. And an exhale for 4. And then we'll add the retention on the top of the inhale and the bottom of the exhale. And then we're going to also add imagery. And you can also do a mudra with your hands throughout this. So the imagery that we're using is for digestion. And this can be digestion of actual food, but also digestion of ideas and things that you bring into the brain and into the mind through news and things you listen to, the things you watch, and a way for us to digest and release that which we no longer need. And so the mudra for digestion is just bringing all your fingertips to touch your thumbs. Hopefully you can see that. And just think of picking up food with your hands and eating it. So that's our mudra with the fingertips pointing up. And the imagery that we'll invite once we get started is drawing in your inhale and allowing it to swirl and come to the center flame, and think of an ember at the center. And then as we exhale, we envision that ember, that energy moving out throughout our whole body. So drawing in a circular motion, like a swirl, like an eddy. And then the exhale spreads the energy, the heat, the warmth throughout the whole body. I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice this morning. So start with your mudra, eyes closed. And just begin with an inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale slowly through the nose for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now continue with that rhythm, applying the restriction on both the inhale and the exhale, creating that ocean-like sound. Now as that begins to feel effortless and rhythmic, we're going to add a count of 4 retention at the top of the inhale. So inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain for 4, 3, 2, 1. And exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain the breath without effort for 3, 2, 1. And exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. So keep going with that rhythm for a few rounds on your own. Now we're going to go ahead and add the breath retention at the bottom of the exhale as well as the inhale. So let's just let go of that and we'll come into the same count and then we'll begin to add the imagery. So let's start with an inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain without effort for 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Retain for 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause at the bottom of the exhale for 3, 2, 1. Continue with your own count and your own breath, finding your rhythm of equal breath, Samana Vriti. And do a few rounds just with your count to get used to that rhythm. Now continuing with that exact same rhythm, just begin to add the imagery on your inhale of drawing in air, and perhaps it's a white or yellow light that comes into the belly center and swirls around like an eddy all the way to the center. And feel that flame on your retention of your inhale grow. And then as your inhale begins, see that energy, that white or yellow light moving out throughout your whole body in all directions. And as you pause at the bottom of your exhale, see that ember at your navel center. And as you inhale, drawing in the air, swirling towards that center of ember, and continue with your own breath for the next 2 minutes. And now go ahead and finish the round of breath that you were on. And as you complete your retention at the bottom of your exhale, just allow your breath to come back to your normal belly breath and take your time getting there. Don't rush through your last round. And just notice that your mind might be a little more focused and a little calmer. Your thoughts a little more settled. And this is a practice that you can do every single day, first thing in the morning, maybe before you go to bed, or maybe before your asana practice. And as this becomes more comfortable for you, you can begin to extend the count from 4 to 5 to 6, and maybe even all the way up to 8 eventually. But do the progression slowly so that you're not, straining. So sorry about the voice heckling today. I don't know what's happening. Anyway, have fun with that. Try to fit it into your day at least once a day, because it's that continual practice of pranayama where you really begin to feel and notice the difference in your health and well-being. So thank you for joining for this pranayama practice, and we'll see you next week. Namaste. Have a wonderful day.